Hey Busters, welcome back to another capsule toy video. So today we'll be opening up the, what's it called? Sorry Busters. It's called the, let me check. The Tarandus Ootsuya Kuwagata. Or the, as Google says, it's called the tarandus Stag Beetle. So yeah, this is from the IkimonoZukan line, the Living Encyclopedia. Specifically the Kuwagata 04 or Stag Beetle 4 set. So this came out in the last week of July. These are 500 yen capsule toys here in Japan. So yeah. So as you can see, I normally have it. This one does not come with the display stand because starting since like last month, they've been cutting costs. And one way they decided to cut cost is just to remove the display stand from not all of them, from some of them. So yeah, kind of disappointing. So as you can see from the lineup 1, 2, 3, 4, numbers 3, 4, 5 come with this display stand and wings, and number 1 and 2 do not. So if you were wondering, generally in each lineup, there's always some that are like reused mold and slightly different. So this one is the bronze one, the metallic, what is it? The metallifer Kuwagata. The bronze one comes with nothing, whereas the black version comes with the stand and wings. So this is all you get. So yeah, let's just get straight into it. So just by looking at it, it is quite a unique mold here. However, if any of you watched my previous videos for this, specifically the Kuwagata 04 set, I did mention I was quite disappointed with the overall size. And just from seeing this one, this is pretty much 3 for 3. It is quite disappointing in terms of size. Like, these guys are small. I would say this one is maybe the medium. As you can see, very shiny. Like, wonder why. Very shiny. Do love that mold though. Now that I look at the front, look at that. It's hard to see, but yeah, that's cool. Interesting enough, this soft plastic. I'm not sure if I enjoy it being soft plastic. I definitely think hard plastic is better for it to move, but maybe it's one of the ones where it doesn't move. But yeah, so let's just quickly show off the stuff. So it opens there, same as always. Not much to go on, so let's just start building it. Let me just pop this in. I think, oh no, it was close, but not quite deep enough, and it popped back up. Ooh. Did I get it? It feels quite loose. I feel like there we go. Definitely a lot tighter. Although the head here is kind of loose, so And then the legs here. Ooh, look at those legs. It's got like some of these like hairs, so that's unique. As always, it does say on the sprue, although it is very small. So there's R2. Antennas. This is probably R3. Oh, A1. So this was probably A3, and this is A3. So let's get these guys in. So as always, just twist them off or cut them off, your choice. And usually they say on the ball they also mold it if it's. So this is R1, so R, so right here is right here. Just push that in like so, and the other one, or you can just cut these. However you cut it, you do leave kind of like a little nub, so just make sure to shave it off a bit. Or you can just use certain fingernails and whatnot. So I would say, unlike the other ones, be a bit careful, because they do try their best to make it like really authentic. So the little spikes on the legs are quite sharp. Not amazingly sharp, but sharp enough that I think if you're not careful, it can prick you and draw blood. So just be careful there. 1 and 2. So I think this one, the easiest way is just the legs kind of stick forward. So, or not the legs, the hair. So, yep. Let's just double check. So this says R3. But that's pretty easy because you just, for the R's, the 3s are easy because they always angle back. Oops. Sorry, Busters, if it's been kind of out of focus. 1 and 2. Nope. Ooh. The spikes are definitely jabbing into my thumb a bit. There we go. I feel like I got these backwards. I'm just going to pop these off. Double check. Yeah, so this is R. So this one should say L. Yeah, so it's going to say L. So left is this side. So I thought so. The hair should face back. Oop. However, the front has the hair that way. And then we get the antennas, which honestly anywhere is fine. I don't think there's a left or right. These are always hard, but it's usually just there's a hole here next here, so you just kind of put those in. This one looks like it's gonna be hard. I usually just kind of put it there and then put my fingernail in there, push it. This one is a bit hard to do with the camera in front of me, and it's a bit hard to see where it is. So yeah, there it is. So it's literally like just behind the eye is where the socket is. So you kind of just, I recommend just putting it there and then using fingernails or like a toothpick or something. Oops, something just small to help you do it. So unfortunately it is a bit hard with the camera, so I'll finish it off camera. I'll be right back, Busters. Alright, Busters, thanks for the wait. So there we go. So yeah, fix the legs a bit. There we go. The tarandus, the tarandus stag beetle. So very, very shiny. Unfortunately, it doesn't come with a stand or anything, so that is kind of sad. But there you have it. Well, as there's only these types, I'm not sure what kind of wings. On the website, they do, or rather, they are selling or will sell a brand new wing set. So like wings designed more realistic wings, which is one reason they're kind of excuse, I guess they're saying they're cutting costs, but also like, oh, we're gonna give you more realistic wings, so we're not gonna bother giving you other ones. And then they kind of had like an L size, medium size, and small size beetle. So this one looks to be like a medium or small. As always, they do come with the pig holes here. So just using wings from the same set, they probably use this style. You know, if you wanted to know how it looks like with wings similar, although that was way too loose. So this one seems to be way too loose. Really loose. So maybe it uses a different style of wings. So I feel like this is a bit too small. Let me grab some wings from another set and see how that works out. Alright, Busters, I grab some wings from some previous old sets. So this one seems kind of too big for beetle. I feel like it's more of like this medium sized one, but no, that's kind of loose. So I'm guessing this guy's more of the big wing type. You know, definitely the hole seems to match this style, so I guess he's gonna look like that. Maybe he's the big flying type, so looks a bit too big, but definitely no doubt using, oh, so it's the type that it's the type that you have to build for the wings. Definitely these small ones, it's definitely really loose, but definitely if you look at it, definitely looks like it should use smaller wings, but peg hole wise, it's definitely one of the larger size. So with that in mind, I'm just going to use the larger ones because this does seem to be the one it's designed for, like that. And then let me get a display base. So here is a display base. Unfortunately, this one does not come with one. And let me just grab a different one. So there we go. Like so. And there is the peg hole here. So we pick it up, and it would look like this if you used other wings with it. Ones that are more snug fit than the other. So yeah, the wings are a bit big, but I do feel like it's like that. So I think generally they have it like supposed to like bend over a bit when they're flying. Or maybe beetles just don't fly, I guess. They kind of like jump and then use their wings and flutter to help them like gain a bit more, but they don't fly, so. Kind of like that, yeah. It's not bad. Ow. The legs are quite sharp. I'm just gonna remove this out of the way. Back. And remove the wings that are not included, sadly. There we go. But yeah, I think I did see on the website, like they did have like an image guide of like what bead wings type the beetles you have used. So there you have it, Busters. Overall, it is very small and shiny. Articulation wise, it's same as always. You only get so much. You know, the pincers here do move, I think, because it's soft plastic. So this one, you can see it definitely moves. This one, because it's soft plastic, is kind of still stuck. I'm not going to force it too much, but it should move just like that. So yeah. Size wise, as always, for size comparison, let me get a Digimon card. Here it is. Here's a Digimon card. This is a generic Uno, Magic the Gathering, Poker, you name it, generic bicycle trump card size. So it is pretty much the same. These are 8 by 8 by 6.6, if I recall. So like that. Wait, height wise, it'll be kind of like this. Ooh, kind of like this much. Yeah, kind of small. So as in the beginning I just said I was kind of disappointed just by building this, and the reason being is size comparison. Here he is with the Kuwagata, the small stag beetle, and he is pretty much the same size, like definitely a bit bigger, but as you guys can see, it's quite small for now. Definitely, you know. And then within the same one, here he is with the spotted longicorn beetle. So definitely, like in the set itself, definitely he seems kind of like a big boy-ish, you know. But definitely on the small size. Why? Because if we compare him to something, say, from the previous set, so this was set 4, from set 3, this was the gold one. I think it was Gold Rubens Kaiming Cube, some sort of professor name. He is slightly wider, but that's about it. Size-wise, he's about the same length, you know? And this guy was definitely small, because in the same set, you should be getting stuff like this in terms of size with the big horns, but maybe we've just been spoiled with the big horns. But if you look at it, he's very small, right? Although you could say like the wing size here, he's only about like 10% smaller, and maybe the lack of horns is what's making him look smaller. So I will give him that benefit of the doubt. And here he is with Stag Beetle from set 1, where it's much bigger. As you can see, it's like almost half the length. But these guys are heavy and kind of droopy, so they don't scale as well as the other ones, sadly. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Sorry about that. He is really like shiny, so. But that's pretty much it, Busters, for this Tarandus Stag Beetle. Cons or pros? I guess pros wise, it's definitely a nice mold. I do like kind of the horns here. It is quite unique, and yet like from the front quite menacing, like the angles and all that is really nice. The molding as always is, you know, spectacular. You know, everything as always is the same. The attention to detail, like the mouth and stuff, all that's great. I'm personally not too big of a fan of this glossy black paint or gloss they put over it. I'm more of a fan of like the matte finish here. you know, but maybe the real one is like this. I don't know, so maybe that's a good thing. I personally just kind of like the matte one, but you know, having these, you know, contrast is always cool too. So yeah, same as always. However, like with the other two cons, it is quite small, and as you know, from this set, people were used to much bigger size. You know, it does seem like a step backwards. However, I will say that I don't know much about beetles, so possibly this time, this lineup, like all the beetles compared to other beetles, these are like the smaller weight class ones. In which case, it's great. It's in scale, so you know. But at least just in terms of just this, you know, in hand, it does feel a bit weak as in terms of the lineup release for this 04. You know, I personally have not gotten the this one, the metallifer one, but I have seen it displayed at my local capsule toy store, and it's sadly about the same body size, longer pincers, but it was the same. So I think this time they are slowly cutting back in terms of volume just to save costs. So there is that. So I guess kind of like what I'm trying to say is for those who kind of like got into this series because of set 1, where they were like, wow, it's so big with all that, you know, and then after set 1, set 2, and set 3, they kind of cut down the size, you know, and they're like, oh, you know, at this point they're on the fence. I will say you will be disappointed by set 4. These beetles are much smaller. However, if you were like some people I've known who are always saying like, oh, this lineup for 500 yen, it's always been really good. You know, before it was just the size was just enormous. There's no reason to be so big or detailed. At that point, then I think people like that who were already not spoiled by the previous releases, I think, you know, more realistic about it, then this one I think would more be aligned with how much the quality I think they expect 500 yen to get. You know, nothing disappointing, just not as good value as the previous ones, but still do like this guy. Of the 3 from this set, I would personally, I think I recommend the Kuwagata a bit more. I just personally like the matte finish. However, if you're one of those who don't prefer the matte, they prefer the gloss, then at that point I would say this tarandus Stag Beetle is more recommended for you who like the gloss more. And if a unique mold, this cricket like the white spotted longicorn beetle is quite different. So as you can see, these guys are quite small, especially if you just put him to somebody like this, which is from the same lineup, just, you know, released like a few months ago. It's quite jarring how big the difference is. However, you know, these small guys are quite nice. You know, if you display them in sets, then I think they go great together. So I think what I want to say is, I guess if you're a collector like me and collect all of them, definitely get it. Why not complete the collection? Keep going with it. If you're a fair weather fan and you just get some, depending on, you know, what it is, I would say that if you like how they look, definitely get them. If you're more into the size, then this may be pass. If you more you put more weight on like the size of how big they are in scale, whatnot. If you're kind of like both, you don't care too much about size, but or looks, they're kind of even. At that point, I do think getting this is not bad, because as I said, these are these are 500 yen among some of the more expensive capsule toys general releases. But recently Bandai has been releasing like capsule toys that are like 15, like 100 yen, like 500 yens, 1000 yens, and definitely those are definitely less, like lower quality. So I would definitely say get these guys. But yeah, honestly, I do think these are quite nice. So I think if you're into beetles, definitely worth getting, because, you know, for 500 yen, it's not bad. Import tax might be a bit much. However, the yen has weakened a lot, so I think it kind of, you know, evens out. Actually, that might be it, because the yen is weakening, you know, whatnot. But yeah, I think about enough. But yeah, so overall, I do like it, you know. Just wish it were a bit bigger, like 10-20% bigger, just to compete with the other ones, but not bad. So yeah, Busters, as always, greatly appreciate you guys for watching, and I hope to see you again on my next capsule toy video. As always, I think, what is it? I do wing these videos. I don't really edit or much not. So if there's anything I went over too quickly, or something I didn't go over correctly, please let me know down in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to answer any questions you guys had. So yeah, once again, greatly appreciate you guys for watching. I hope to see you again on my next capsule toy video. As always, this is Buster-kun here, off to see the carnival.